get started.
Good morning. I'm Mr. McGeehan,
And I'm Miss Mayday.
and we're very excited to be starting the school year.
Yes, we're excited to get to know your students and your children to foster their growth this year and have a wonderful year with them. Um, our classes are a little different than the other classrooms on this team. We teach by way of flipped learning, which is different than how classrooms are typically run. In our class, we're going to be pushing the instruction home by way of video. We have some guided notes that will accompany the video to help keep them on track and following along, and also a short assessment that helps us to see how well they comprehended the video and where there may be gaps in what they saw. And that reserves our class time for more practice, which I think is important because typically you learn when you come into the classroom, you would learn in isolation and you may miss instruction, but when the instructions pushed home, they can go at their own speed and take their time, and the class time we think would be more productively used if they're collaborating and getting the practice with us there to monitor the situation.
And this is something that probably goes against the grain of how you and I, as adults in this learning equation, actually learned. We learned in isolation. We had to come to class alert and aware and stay focused. Hopefully, gain the knowledge we needed in class, and then we had to practice in isolation at home. And that doesn't always cater to everyone's learning style. So, by way of pushing the instruction home, as Ms. Mayday mentioned, the instruction is basically there for your child, for the student, to review and to refer back to as needed. And as I said, and as we said, we can differentiate the instruction a lot more once we get into the classroom.
This is also great because they'll have access to these videos. They're posted on Google Classroom, but also Mr. McGeehan's YouTube page, so they can go back as often as they need and hopefully use it as a reference even for other classes going forward. So that's great for them to have. Also, it's good because you as the parent can also, if you want to tune in and watch the video, that's great. You don't have to, but it also lets you know what the content we're working on, and if they have questions maybe they can ask you along the way, but they will be on their computer doing homework, so just FYI. It We know everyone has really busy schedules, so the students can, if they want to do their homework in study hall, they can do it there. Typically it's posted right after class. If they need to do it before their sports practice or after dinner, it's totally on their own schedule. And then I think the most important aspect of this learning and teaching is that we do a lot of group work and collaboration, which is really a lifelong skill when they get into college and when they have jobs in the future. It's really important to know how to work together. So we do a lot of that during class, which is awesome.
The other major difference in the way this class is structured is, and the reason why you're seeing the two of us introduce ourselves, is this is a coach class. So Miss Mayday and I share the duties for your students' class. So every day they come in here, they have the benefit of having two adults in the classroom to help oversee the instruction and to be there to provide the support. So that's going to create a lot of increased opportunity for us to differentiate the instruction, to be available for questions, to even assess more informally outside of the typical quizzes and tests. So this is, and it will also allow us to oversee a lot more collaboration. And we think that's one of the key components to this learning style, where we have much more opportunity to revise the instruction in class, but also create opportunities for students to be learning off each other and developing those critical social skills of working with each other as well. So we really look forward to working together with your children this year.
Everything that we do is through Google Classroom that you can have access to as well. And your child has been asked to read through the student contract that we posted. You can ask them to share it with you so that you're aware of what we expect in terms of our classroom expectations and guidelines. That's all on Google Classroom with the first week material that we're going to go through.
The only other thing that we ask from you is just be supportive of your children and play a role as a partner to us in the Oftentimes, parents feel the need to kind of step right in and play the role of the tutor. We don't want you to do that. Okay? If you're cool with math, that's great, but we realize this is an age where students want to start gaining a little bit of independence. So don't be alarmed with the back at all. And the other thing is that we don't necessarily want the first reaction to be, if you see your child struggling, to be farming out for extra help. I know the knee-jerk reaction in a community like Winchester is to hire a tutor or enroll your child in classes at Russian School of Math, at Kumon Academy. And I'll be honest with you, with my experience, and I think Ms. Mayday will agree, that what those supports don't necessarily translate well to the classroom. They're not always in sync with what we're trying to accomplish in the classroom. So all we ask is that you be supportive of your child's learning this year, their efforts being organized and growing greater independence. And if need be, if they feel like they need help, push them out the door, send them in to see us.
Absolutely.
So with that, we welcome you to the marathoners this year.
It's going to be a great year.
Yeah.
We're extremely excited.
And we look forward to talking with you throughout the year. And the best way, of course, to communicate with us is through email. And we will be sending out that there is a joint email address for the co-talk classes, maydayMcGeehan@winchesterps.com. And that would be the best way to communicate to make sure that both Ms. Mayday and I get any messages that you may need to forward to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. We look forward to working with you this year.
Absolutely. Bye.